Morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is up? Tuesday, man. We made it through Monday, right? Made it through Monday. 17th of May, guys. Day 4 of Valheim. Hopefully, I'll actually pull myself away from the base building for a little bit to actually try to progress in the game. It's very tough. The base building in the game is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Yeah. So I hope everybody's day is going well. We will get into our Valheim, but let's do what we do every day. Check out what's going on in the world of gaming. Let's get to our gaming news segment. Let's go. Go. All right. New PlayStation Plus lineup has been revealed. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at Kotaku's. Also, Ubisoft Plus coming to PlayStation. Okay. See what that's about. Xbox patent sounds cool for people buying games on disc. Let's see what's going on there. Not going to dive into that. Let's see. We'll take a look. We'll see what that's about. Yeah, we already we looked at this yesterday or the day before. It was PlayStation has like this entire slang dictionary for terms used very proficiently in the gaming world that you'll come across quite often. And if you don't know a term, more than likely it's in this gamer dictionary that PlayStation has developed. It's pretty good. The website's really slick looking too. It's pretty neat. I guess very extensively within the gaming world, these terms are used. Maybe a better word. Um, we've talked about Square Enix. We've talked about the long lost first female protagonist developer that was found. Apex Legends going to mobile. All the battle royales are going mobile. I couldn't imagine trying to play unless you actually had a controller connected. Yo, Mad, what's up? I have not come across any news so far about the Horizon DLC. Do you have a link? How are you, buddy? IT admin gets 7 years for wiping his company's servers to prove a point. Yo, Katari, how are you, my friend? What's going on? I'm gonna take a look at this real quick because this is my career field. Before I was full time streaming, I was uh, in the IT career field. So I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. Oh, about to get on some Guild Wars 2. Yeah, right on, right on. I haven't seen anything as of yet, Mad. But if I come across something, I'll try to remember to throw you a message in Discord and shoot you the link to the news if we come across it. Okay? Yeah. I don't remember seeing anything recently about when it's coming or anything like that. So, but if I come across something, man, I'll shoot it your way. How you been, Mad? You at home, buddy? Yeah, absolutely, man. Uh-oh. Look, I'm not going to dive into this. We've read so many news articles regarding these studios that are building in games based off of NFT, and they've got a lot of crypto behind them, and blockchain, and everything that goes in there. And there's so many of them that have just been a giant scam. What I would say is right now, if you're thinking about diving into a game that's got that is based around NFTs, cryptocurrency, play to earn type of stuff, be very, very careful. If you can't just stay away from it, because right now all the NFT crypto game stuff, it just seems like a giant scam. Drill's till Saturday, going away for next week. Um, you mean going away for work next week? Is that what you mean? Not like getting holiday, right? You're actually going away for work. If that's the case, dude, stay safe, buddy. Stay safe. Oh yeah, is that what you're shooting towards? My son is like 3 achievements away from having all achievements in Terraria, dude. It's pretty wild. He plays that game all the time. He's like 3 achievements away. It's pretty crazy. But that's cool, man. That's cool. Get that plat. How far away are you? Is that all that you lack? Is like one achievement? Excitement builds. Some annoying trophies left. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's usually the last ones, right? The annoying ones. Uh-huh. Excitement builds as the new RTX 4090 specs emerge. Uh-oh. Yeah, like being far from home. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, buddy. Stay safe, my dude. Yep. Stay safe. Get back home quick, man. Get back home quick. Yep, we've seen that stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Hmm. Have you guys look, we came across these. OV Rising comes out today in early access. Cool. I'll pull it back up. I'll pull it back up. Let me put a they have any new why did that happen? What the crap? Yeah, I'll pull it back up, Timwin. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, buddy. You gonna play it? Originally gonna be at 1400. It was delayed a few hours, so I'm not. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we'll take a look real quick. We'll pull it back up. Thanks, man. Good to see you, buddy. Um, so these XR glasses, I think are the same thing that we already read an article on. Basically, screens in your glasses, man. They're fairly pricey though. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Tinway. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, if you're gonna be playing it, man, let us know what you think. We're gonna be strapped up in some Valheim today, but um, if you're gonna be playing it, man, let me know what you think about it, and I'll pull up a little bit of info on it at the end of the news segment here. So I'm pretty sure. Let me just look at this real quick. Yeah, yeah. This is them. I'm pretty sure they were kickstarted. Uh huh. Yep. Yeah, we already kind of read up about these. I'll throw this article in chat if you guys want to take a look at it. We've already kind of hit it. So TLDR, these glasses are like sunglasses with screens inside, right? And they seem like a pretty cool little device. Now here's the thing. I mean, and it just depends on what fits your lifestyle or your needs better. Um, they seem really neat. This is the cost of these things. Um, for early bird customers on Kickstarter, you can get a set of these glasses for $430. We're talking about like 1080p screens off inside these glasses and everything. Um, with a version that includes a neckband for $529. If you don't get in on the Kickstarter stuff, they're even more expensive, right? But here's the thing. You take a look at how much that costs, and we're talking about spending maybe a little bit more. Just depends on your budget, what you're in the market for. Spend a little bit more probably and get a really nice set of actual VR. Now the difference being VR, you're not going to be able to like just walk around with these and stuff like a VR set like you can with these. Yeah, so it's pretty cool device. Um, it just depends on what you want or need in your life, right? If you're interested, there's the link. Take a look. We've already kind of hit on these in a previous segment. What games? Right. Yeah. I mean, that's my thing too, Katari. Yeah. I mean, I I don't really use wireless stuff. And what games work for it? Are you adding to what Katari said? Right. Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not good for now. And that's what I was kind of getting at is like, it just depends on what you're in the market for and what you might. I mean, for somebody that's on the go all the time that is just interested in uh, playing non-competitive games, or it's not even just for playing games. I mean, as a viewing experience to just, and you can actually make it to where the screens are not the entire lens. The screen, like you can put the like picture over to the side of the lens and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of things that can be done with those glasses, right? And for somebody that's on the go all the time and but likes to stay, up to date with watching whatever or being a part of whatever, playing games that might not be competitive, it could be something that works very well. Like I said, I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for to fit your lifestyle. Could be something, but again, with that price point, if you're actually looking to get into like some serious gaming and a very immersive experience, you're probably better off just grabbing a VR set. If but it just depends. It just depends on what you know people are into. And it hasn't full release yet. It's still like a whole Kickstarter deal. But this is the second article we've come across. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that's probably a wild thing to consider there. And I haven't gotten a ton of information on them yet. But I mean, they look cool. They look cool. One of my issues is this, and maybe it's random mode time already. Get in there. Um, One of my issues, and I'm usually pretty good about this. There are a lot of people I know that aren't though. Leaving things like a set of sunglasses, nopers, nopers. Yeah, it's a cool concept. It definitely is. It's not, and it's far apart from like the Google glasses. What were those called? I can't remember. That were developed and they had shops for a long time ago. It's a ways away from that. Much more ingrained with tech and usefulness and stuff like that. Um, like up to date tech for nowadays. Um, my thing is, I would be so scared of setting those down somewhere and just either leaving them or somebody yoinking them without me paying attention. That's a big chunk of change for glasses to just. Not that they maybe aren't worth that, but it's just I would be a bit sketched out about just running around with those anywhere. Yeah, um, I don't have 500-600 bucks to just throw around, and if they did get lost or stolen, I'd probably be a little bit upset about it. If there are people out there that might not feel that way, and I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good with keeping mine closed too. Um, just something I'm throwing out there. I'm pretty good at hanging on to my stuff too, but I know a lot of people are not. And I mean, I would only be worried about my stuff really, but you know, it's definitely something to take into consideration that if you're going to pay that much for that device, you need to make sure that you're probably uh, paying close attention to where you're putting them and making sure they're not being set somewhere where somebody can swipe them without you paying attention, stuff like that. I tell you got some Oakleys, yeah, yeah, Katari, yeah. You get a good, nice set of sunglasses that you don't want to lose. It kind of changes the way you feel about that, yeah. And Tim, when you were saying like, and what games work for it, just like, where was that? I think they actually it's just about being able to hook them up to about any device, really. Um, Let me see if I can pull it in here real quick. They are wireless, but they also I think they can be wired as well. Um, Maybe they cannot. Maybe they cannot. You can hook controllers up to them and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you see right here, console games can be streamed using remote play apps like PlayStation Remote Play and Xbox Cloud Gaming. The Vitcher One, that's what these are called, includes support for both Xbox and PlayStation controllers. PC games can also be streamed using Steam Link. Um, Glasses run on Android and streaming apps like Disney Plus, Apple TV, HBO. Supports 3D movies. For Switch users, special attachment combines an HDMI dock and a battery pack. Multiplayer mode that will allow two Future One players to play together using two Joy-Cons. So they're pretty versatile as far as that goes. Yeah, Syke, what's up, buddy? Yeah, yeah. And that's what a lot of people like to do too. Is whether it be movies or shows or watch, viewing broadcasts on streaming services like Twitch or what have you. People enjoy. I know we have community members that just watch the stream using VR and stuff. So all kinds of things. They've got a pretty good lenses combined to form a 1080p virtual screen. Dude, I have one on. But I need to get a better one. I'm pretty sure Pinky sent me a link to one that he thought would be better, and I just need to I need to take the time to try it out. Yep. The one I use now used to be I felt like used to do a better job, but dude, it's terrible. I know, I know, brutal. But yeah, I mean, cool little device for sure. Absolutely. Yep. Psych, how's your day going, buddy? Blockchain gaming industry concerned over Terra USD Luna crash. All right, here we go. Fall Guys being removed from Steam next month? What? Really? Hmm. Um, I don't want to break up the news segment here, man. Psych. If just give me a bit, man. We'll get through this. Sorry. Yeah. 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 I just want to keep kind of going with this. I don't want to break up the segment and do something like that right now. So sorry, man. Yeah, just give me a second and we'll get there. We'll get there. Um, Bitcoin to mobile. Oh, here we go. Here's a bit more news on the Silent Hill stuff. There were some leaks on Twitter, if you guys remember, earlier this week or at the end of last week. Um, there were some leaks on Twitter about Konami's new Silent Hill game, some screenshots and things like that, right? Apparently, we're getting a little bit of new news on that regard right there. So we'll take a look at that as well. Meta 1. GameFi is an untapped jewel in the making. What is that? We'll see what that's about. Dude, we went four deep here. Usually only go three. Let's see what else. That's not right. Vido. All right. Now we've talked about this. We've talked about this. We've got that pulled up. We've hit on this already previously. Uh, F122 video game tries to encompass the championship's lifestyle. We'll take a look for any racing fans. Excuse me. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to pull this up. Leaks every few weeks about a Silent Hill game remake. Yeah, we've been hitting them in the news here recently, though. Basically, the reason it got a lot of news here recently is because the article we hit on the other day. So basically, what happened there was some leaks of some new Silent Hill screenshots and stuff, right? And the reason it became a big deal is because Konami DMCA'd them like that, right? New Samsung monitors and TVs that have achieved True Black, turning on and off. No, I haven't. I haven't, Katari. I haven't. I haven't seen that. No, that sounds pretty cool though. So, that's why there's been a lot more news, Tinwin, I think, here recently, is because Konami shut it down so quick. They DMCA'd all the stuff that got put on Twitter, and it all got pulled down. So they were trying to, like, the stuff that's been getting released recently is stuff that I think they were trying to be hush on. They even came out and said it's unfortunate that we have people within our own company that are leaking details about something that we're trying to stay quiet, or that could potentially be leaking details on stuff we're trying to stay quiet about, right? So they actually, there was like a quote with them saying that. So I think that we're at a point now where it makes it much more reliable knowing that there's something there and something coming fairly soon, probably, as opposed to it just being like, rumor mill stuff. Yeah. It kind of verified it, I guess, is what it is, with Konami shutting it all down. Or trying to, anyways. I'm not going to dive into this. Look, I am not a fan of Fox News. We've talked about this many times. The title of this is Fox News suggests mass shootings have gotten so much worse because of violent video games. I disagree. There's violence in all kinds of media, right? And everybody wants to blame video games. Yeah. I mean, everybody wants to blame video games because they are a more immersive type of entertainment for us, right? But, and I know, Tim, when we've talked about this before, there are people in the world that have violent tendencies. And this is a cop out for the world to blame those violent outbursts, terrible, terrible violent outbursts, on something, right? Right. Yeah, there's studies about it and everything. There are just, unfortunately, people in the world that have violent tendencies. And that we see this happen all the time. I guarantee you, the reason that this is actually a part of our news, coming up in our search right now, is because of probably the Buffalo shootings, right? I also, Fox News, sorry. This is very much a news channel that is going to try to push its political agenda on people. They're going to skew news stories and stuff like that to get people to believe what they want people to believe. This is a channel, a company that skews news all the time and tries to push its agenda on people to get them to believe what Fox News wants them to believe. That's why I'm not going to dig into this, but oh, give me a break. Why is that get banned? Not all. Almost all. Yeah, Katari and Tinwin. Not all, but almost all. There are a few independent news companies left that, while they probably have a bit of agenda and stuff, well, Yeah, I wasn't saying mainstream necessarily. I'm saying there's still some independent news uh, companies out there. Oh yeah, all the mainstream, yeah, for sure, sure, yeah. But there are some out there that are still trying to just report on facts. They're not mainstream because of that, unfortunately, right? Um, I think there are a few decent ones out there. Oh yeah, Qatari. Yeah, I just mean from what Timwin said that all news sources that's all news sources. I would say it's almost all. I think there's a few um, that actually just report on factual findings, but it's these independent. They're usually smaller stuff like that. Yeah, so it's unfortunate. It sucks, but yeah, totally disagree. And I actually find it kind of comical that this is coming from Fox News because this is all they do is try to come up with a bunch of non-factual crap and just vomit it all over the place. It's terrible. Yeah, we already read about the Ocarina of Time PC port. It's actually sick. They're doing a lot of good stuff there. Yeah. Me too, Katari. I don't, I don't hardly keep up with the news at all anymore because I just don't feel like I can trust anything that's being thrown at me. Yep, absolutely. Hmm. Okay, check it out. Fox News. Look, I love Kotaku. I love Kotaku's site. We get a lot of good news articles for our gaming segment from Kotaku, and I enjoy their site. Fox News is already using violent video games as scapegoat for mass shooting. Love it, love it. Oh, Katari, you got the whole Florida man thing going on. Well, this is my thing. I don't. Okay, as somebody, Katari, yeah. As somebody, um, I grew up in the Midwest, but I have lived all over this country. I've lived um, north, south, east, and west. I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel a good amount. Not only travel, but live in different places. So I can understand being more concerned with your state, but I think it's not necessarily a bad thing to have some kind of overall consideration for what happens throughout our country as a whole, right? Um, and even up to the world point. But I get what you're saying. Um, I don't not care about what happens in other states. More concerned with where I live for sure. Um, but as a whole, things can trend across our country very easily based on what states do independently. So um, I don't not care. I think it's going to be very common for people to have a more of an interest in what is going on in their particular state that they live in. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that goes to exactly what I was just saying, right? Right. Well, yeah. And right. Yeah. But quite often we know better, right? Yeah. I know. Yeah. Thanks for elaborating. Mhm. Mhm. We've talked about that. We've already talked about the boost in cognitive in video games, especially RTS games, certain types of video games. I know for fact RTS uh, can significantly enhance cognitive functioning within humans. Um, not just kids; it can do it in adults too. We've talked about that already. See one more page here, and then we'll dive into all these. Video game giant signs 44,000 square foot pre-let at former house. Let's see what that's about. Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you get into that whole the whole look. Um, the whole gun situation is a tough one to address, right? Um, and look, I come from a family. We were raised with mainly hunting rifles, okay, but guns nonetheless. Um, I was raised with weapons around, guns. Um, but I was also raised in a way where I had a lot of respect and knowledge about how to be safe around those weapons. And not only that, but they were never accessible to us um, without like our parents being around and there a reason for us to be using them, which was normally either just practicing shooting or going hunting, right? Um, and oh yeah, oh well, that's absolutely. People can become famous quick by doing stupid stuff. Here's the thing, um, somebody very close to me um, was shot in the face in a school shooting when I was younger, and um, the thing is, it didn't change my family's view. That individual is, for the most part, okay today. Um, was not the only person shot. There were nobody died. This is so I'm going to give you a good example. Exactly what you're hitting on. Okay, nobody in that shooting died, but some came very close, and because nobody died, this kid who was what maybe 15 at the time. No, younger than that. 12. I think 12. Showed up at school. Uh, I think it was a 9 millimeter with multiple loaded clips. Got out and just started blasting. Right. Um, Now this was a kid that apparently had some anger issues. Was I think, if I remember correctly, being going to therapy for it, right? But is given access at the home to weapons, right? So here's the thing: nobody died in the shooting. So this kid went to juvie until they were 18. Till they were 18, got out, and is now just living a normal life. Parents didn't get charged with anything. You know what I mean? So that goes right back to what you're saying about people being held accountable, right? Um, there's no reason why an individual that has any kind of violent tendencies, anger issues, things like that, should have been given access to that kind of those weapons and stuff. Uh, Actually, from what I understand, wasn't a bullied individual. I can't remember for sure. It's been a long time, but nonetheless, look. I mean, you could say that about a lot of situations, though, right? Um, there can be all kinds of failings that. Look, man. I mean, whenever I was growing up, there was all kinds of bullying in school and stuff. How do you stop it? You know what I mean? How do you stop it? I mean, to a certain extent. I don't. I mean, it's. I remember feeling quite often in school whenever I was growing up that it was. you had to be tough, man. You had to be tough quite often. There was always something going on, and there aren't always teachers around and stuff. I don't know. I mean, there are rules and within schools, just like any kind of state, there are rules or laws, if you will, about what would constitute somebody being able to be expelled from school, right? Yeah, I know. I am not standing up for bullies, Katari. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not. I know it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, and that's why this community is about us being welcoming and inclusive and accepting of people's differences. Yeah. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. Because I want this to be a place that's different than a lot of what I've experienced in life. Let me hit up some of what you said here. And I'm just giving an example. There are shootings that happen all the time that aren't just school shootings, right? But there are a lot of underlying causes, I think, and it's not video games, right? Thank you for serving, buddy. I appreciate it. Um, uh huh. Yep. Yep. Absolutely, people kill people. Yeah. I mean, and that point has been brought up a lot of times. You know, the whole if we didn't have guns, they would use something else. That's absolutely true. Um, I would say that um, guns probably make it a little bit easier for individuals to go on a bit of a rampage, but at the same time, um, they'll find other ways to get done what they want to get done, right? I mean, we've seen it time and time again in history. Um, hey, buddy, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I was 5'1" and weighed 82 pounds as a sophomore in high school, dude. So luckily, I grew a bit. I was a late bloomer, but I know the struggle, man. I know it. Okay. Um, See, even by the time, well, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just bringing up points here, right? Just bringing up points. Well, and look, oftentimes we know. No, you're good. You're good, Katari. You're good. And Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? Oftentimes we know that bullies are bullies because they've got issues, man. They take out their internal struggle on other people. Oftentimes it stems from a lot of home life stuff. You know what I mean? And they outwardly push all that negativity they feel inside and they experience in their own personal lives on other people, right? So it's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing. What it's really hard. It's really hard, and I mean I think there I think it would be hard to find anybody in the world that hasn't experienced an amount of bullying at some point. Maybe not from one of their peers that was their same age, but it could be from anywhere. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It sucks. And Mamzelle and Katari, I'm sorry you were bullied. I experienced it in school as well. I know there are people in my that I grew up with. Metal, what's up, buddy? Dude, I let's go. There were people I went to school with that had it way worse than I did. Way worse than I did, and it's unfortunate. But it does result quite often. I don't know what the ultimate answer is. I don't know what the ultimate answer is. You know, it's tough. It's tough. But I mean, ultimately, this all stemmed from the fact that a terrible news company. So that's kind of allowed to use the emo. Yeah, absolutely. Java, just good caffeine. Let's go, buddy. Yeah, I'll take a sip with you. Um, it's unfortunate, and ultimately, being able to look back from at where I am now, and I have kids, and the way I'm trying to raise my kids to love everybody, you know what I mean? Um, and to stand up for people that are potentially getting bullied and stuff like that. I'm doing great, buddy. I'm doing great. How are you, Metal? Um, whereas I didn't have. I was scared to do that when I was younger. I was scared to do that. I'll admit that. I was scared to stand up. I felt like I was always trying to um, keep myself safe enough. That was enough of a struggle for me that I didn't feel like I had it in me necessarily to stand up for other people. Yeah, it comes in many forms. Yes, it does. That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, I mean, it comes in all different facets, man. And that's what I was trying to get at. It's not just your peers. I mean, it can come from all over the place, man. Um, Having coffee before I get dressed, go off to work. Nice, nice. Sorry you have to go to work. So, I'm trying to have my kids understand that things like that aren't okay. Uh, People should be stood up for, and that's ultimately lazy day. Let's go, metal. Cool. That's why I'm trying to get. We are creating this community the way we're creating it to make people feel like they have a safe place to be, right? And they can we're inclusive. As long as you are a good person, we want you here, right? That's what it's about. As long as you're a good person, we want you here. If you're negative and toxic, or you believe in things that have to do with hate or violence and stuff, this isn't the place for you, right? And a lot of what I experienced when I was younger are a result of me trying to create the community this way. And all I can do is lay the foundation, right? We have so many amazing people that come here and are part of what we do that are actually, it's you guys that help create this amazing place, right? All I could do is lay the foundation and hope that it catches on. Luckily, we've had a lot of amazing, amazing people that are part of what we do, and I couldn't be more thankful to all of you. I'll get off of it. I know we're ranting a bit, but it's an important issue. It really is. And news sites like news trying to blame it on video games is absolutely disgusting, is what it is. It's ridiculous. So, I, Mamzelle, I can relate to you, Katari, buddy. I can relate to you, very, very much with a lot of what you've said. All right. Um, I'm sorry that you've had to experience a lot of that stuff, not just as a kid, but even, you know, the Marine Corps stuff. I'm sorry you've had to experience that. You're right. Oh yeah. Well, that's what they do, right, Katari? Yeah. Psych. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can, buddy. It's all you, psych. Um, Katari, I am very sorry. And, you know, just know there's so many of the veterans of our country that deal with PTSD and depression and anxiety over the things they've had to experience. And it's just, if you're dealing with that kind of stuff, come see us, okay? I mean, I know there are other support places and stuff like that, but we're always here and we're always just trying to have a good time and raise people up and stuff like that. So, um, if you're having a tough time and you don't want to go anywhere else, um, even if I'm offline, you can reach out to me on Discord. Okay. If the stream's not live, you can reach out to me on Discord. Absolutely. That's good. That's good, Katari. It's important. It's important. Right. Right. Exactly. That's that. Yeah. That's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get across, Psych. Yeah, look, there are a lot of luckily more today than there used to be support places for support through the VA and stuff like that. Ava, I'm so glad. Ava, how are you, my friend? Um, but that's what I was trying to get across. Is exactly what Syek said. Is obviously, if anybody is dealing with those kinds of thoughts and feelings, you know what I mean. It's good to get some therapy for that and try to get yourself into a good place. But that's what this place is as well. Is some place that we want people to be able to come and feel uplifted and get away from negativity and stuff like that. So, and if I'm not live and you need somebody to talk to or whatever, message me on Discord. I usually have Discord open on my phone and stuff like that. And if anybody just needs somebody, I'm around. Okay? Stop pushing the anti malaria pills. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was a factor for chronic PTSD. I didn't know that. The more you know, Katari. Wow. Okay. All right. Traded in your PS Gamer. What's up, buddy? Good morning, man. How are you? Traded in your PS4 Pro yesterday? For real? Uh, what'd you get, dude? But Katari, I appreciate the talk and everything, and I know that we got off on a bit of a rant here, so we'll keep going. But everybody just need. I mean, hopefully you already know that. If you've been a part of this community for a while, hopefully you know that there are so many of us that are here that are willing to be a shoulder or an ear for each other, and even if nobody else is around or if I'm not live, you can reach out to me if you need somebody. Okay, hit me up through Discord, message me on Twitter or something. Let's see what else we got right quick. This should be the last page before we dive into all of these news segments. Anti-malaria causes the vivid dreams. Oh, and hallucinations. Stop taking them. Oh, really? Yeah, Katari. I know, and I'm so glad that you found us. And shout out to Boston, JJB for the raid and everything. So yeah, I'm glad you found us, and hopefully, you know what I mean. You've found a place here with us that you'll continue to enjoy and become a part of. Oh, you're his mod. Oh, sick, Katari. Awesome. Yeah, right on. Cool. Sick. He sounds like he's got a pretty good person for a mod. Awesome. Yeah, I need to check out JJB's stream a bit more. Oh, for real? Oh, wow, dude, that's a long time. Cool, man. Right on. Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool, man. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. Right on. Um, let's keep going here. Yeah, we've already talked about the FIFA EA goings on there. Um, yeah, okay, let's get into these segments here. Let's get into these segments. Blockchain gaming industry concerned over Terra USD Luna crash. Game companies with products featuring virtual coins and other blockchain functionalities remain on heightened alert over adverse effects from recent collapse of the Terra USD and Luna. So, game companies with products featuring virtual coins and other blockchain functionalities remain on heightened alert over adverse effects from the recent collapse of the Terra USD and Luna cryptocurrencies, industry officials said on Monday. Cryptocurrencies operated by South Korean gaming companies for in-game purchases and trading have undergone volatile trading since May 10th, when Terra USD and Luna started showing signs of trouble. According to Coin Market Cap, a virtual asset info website, C2X, a blockchain platform cryptocurrency created by game company Com2US Corp, once plunged to the 500 won, roughly 40 cents US range between May 11th and May 12th, compared with its price range between 2100 and 2300 won on May 10th. Yo, gamer, what'd you trade your PS4 Pro in on, man? C2X, which previously used Terra USD as its main platform through a partnership with Terraform Labs, the company behind Terra USD, now depegged from the US dollar, was seen changing hands at around 1,000 won as of Monday morning. Virtual coins by other companies unrelated to Terra USD have also gone through tumultuous trading. WeMix, a cryptocurrency operated by WeMadeCo, the developer of the play-to-earn game MIR4 Global, once fell 28% in value throughout the course of the Terra USD debacle before bouncing back to the 2,700 won range Monday. MBX, the virtual coin operated by Netmarble Corp, also plunged more than 80% to the 11,000 won levels as of Monday, compared with its price at around 64,000 won on May 6th. The value of Clayton. Well, it's that's not the. I think the main reason actually why there's so much lack of supply to meet demand in the. I mean, it's not just consoles; it's the tech world right now. It's the chip shortage. It's the chip shortage, and I mean, scalpers and crypto mining exacerbate that because you got a PS5. Oh, gamer got one. Qatari, look at that. Gamer, congrats, buddy. Awesome. Now all they need to do is make it backwards compatible, and we'll be good to go. We've talked. I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna get into that. We've talked about that. Yeah, yeah. Nice, gamer. Awesome, dude. That's sick. Did you get it at like a retail store or what? Or did you find one online? You must have gotten it at a retail store, right? If you traded in the PS4 for it, that's sick, dude. Congrats. I hope you love it, man. Uh, The value of Clayton, a blockchain platform developed by internet giant Cacao Corp, that's probably not the way you pronounce that, also fell to around 500 won as of Monday, compared with its price at around 650 won on May 10th. Companies are keeping close tabs on the latest developments and concerns surrounding the cryptocurrency market at large, as a fallout in user and investor confidence could potentially undermine the gaming industry's blockchain ecosystem, in which many companies have already invested heavily. Yeah. Pinky, what's up, buddy? What's up, dude? So look, man, I am not surprised at all that cryptocurrency within gaming is falling on hard times. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Um, so the thing is, all this NFT blockchain stuff being put into the games, we've seen so many companies get hacked. Um, we've seen companies actually dupe a lot of the people that had invested, right? And all of those kinds of things put together are going to make, I mean, I wasn't ever about to dive into it anyways. Yeah, it's a myth, Ava. Yeah, it's a myth. The PS5 is a myth. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so to see the fact that I actually like seeing that this is dying out because there's so much scamming going on within the gaming industry having to do with NFTs and the game's built on crypto and stuff. Um, Again, I don't think it's something that can't be incorporated. And as long as it's done in a way that is mutually beneficial for both the gamer and the developer, it would probably work out. They're just not being done that way, man. Everything that almost everything I've heard and seen about NFTs, blockchain, crypto being involved in these games is just very scammy, man. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Fall Guys is going free to play next month. When it does, newcomers on PC will no longer be able to get the game on Steam. Instead, they'll have to download it on the Epic Game Store. I thought that's what this was going to say. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Right on, gamer. Cool, man. Congrats, man. Yeah, disc version, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna try to grab one at some point, but I won't grab a digital one. I'll be grabbing disc. Yep. Yep. For sure. That's me. That's who I am. I like having those physical copies, man. A lot of people will go, well, that's you know, kind of like old school thinking about things. We've seen so many issues come up with these companies and their digital games. PlayStation's been dealing with it recently. A lot of their older digital games, PS1, PS2 games, were having these false expiration dates creep up within their coding. It was like of 1970, and even though you owned the game wouldn't boot because it said the game was expired or something. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen with digital games. So I've got a ton of digital games, but I like physical games as well. And my hope is that at some point, I doubt it, but at some point, I would like to see PlayStation actually make the PS5 completely backwards compatible. They won't do it because they want people buying into their subscription service. But you know, I'll always maintain a little bit of hope there. Yeah. Um. What's up, Katari? Um. So Fall Guys no longer on. I knew it was going to go to Epic. Okay. So they have the technology, except for PS3. PS3 needs a bit more time to develop, and it's going to cost them a bit more money and manpower to get it done. They have the tech. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Katari, is with the new subscription, but this is what I'm getting at. I've been a gamer for a very long time, and I still own a bunch of PS1 and PS2 games, right? Um, the thing is, it's well known that PlayStation has the capability outside of PS3 right now to make the PS5 backwards compatible across all their older platforms, except PS3. They need more time to get that one done. Yeah, I have physical. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I have old physical copies. They have the capability, they're just not putting it into the PS5, right? And if I want to play my older physical copies, I've got to break out each individual console, right? Rather than just being able to have a PS5 and run all of them, but part of it, yeah, a ranting emote. Yeah, I know. Oh, top three PS1, FF7, easy. FF7, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That was PS1, wasn't it? Um, God, what would be number three? Castlevania Symphony of the Night was PS1, wasn't it? I have so many of my games have been in storage for a while. Uh, I did not play Xenogears, no. Yeah, yeah, PS1. So this is the game that made me fall in love with Metroidvanias. I actually own the digital copy of it on PS3 as well, even though I own the PS1. I have a PS1 and I have the PS1 copy. I know, gamer. I've got to get some new stuff set up for the channel, man. I know. Lots of points. You can try to gamble them. I've got to get some stuff set up. I would have to think about what my number three would be. I don't know. I don't know at this point. Um, I'd have to do some thinking. But the first two are easy. Z tier streamer. I don't deny that. I've been so caught up in working on YouTube stuff here lately, man. Trying to get playthroughs put up on YouTube. I got guys like I mean I can't tell you how much time it takes. Like I'm streaming, roughly 8 to 9 hours a day average, and then trying to get all the playthroughs and news segments put on YouTube and everything as well. It's a lot. I work a lot, man. I work a lot. I really do. I work on this stuff a lot. Aside from just taking some time to like spend with the family and everything, I'm always trying to get stuff done for us, man. It's very time consuming. I've got some more stuff coming. I've got some more stuff coming. I just I know I haven't gotten any emotes done in like about a month and a half, so I need to. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll keep moving. Fall Guys is going free to play next month. When it does, newcomers on PC will no longer be able to get the game on Steam. Instead, they'll have to download it on the Epic Game Store if they want to see what all the fuss is about. Epic Games purchased Fall Guys developer Mediatonic last year, and as Gaming Bolt notes, the publisher made a similar move after purchasing Rocket League developer Psyonix. Yep. Fans currently playing the game on Steam do not have to worry, as this version will continue to see support. Changeover should only have an impact on those that haven't jumped into the game yet. No, I always feel like I should be getting more done, man. I really do. I have probably been a bit too focus mode on the YouTube stuff here lately. I have. Another thing that's been rough is trying to get workouts in again, man. I've been trying to stay into at least working out every other day. And, dude, I get done streaming and then I try to get a workout in. I'm spent after that, man. I am absolutely just drained. I'm not used to working out anymore, man. Hopefully that'll turn around here quickly. A lot of PC gamers are particular when it comes to their launcher of choice. There are a lot of Steam users that prefer to avoid using Epic Game Store. Those users can still purchase Fall Guys on Steam, currently priced at $20. Hard to say how many people will be willing to pay that amount just to avoid using Epic Game Store. The option is available to them for the time being. Readers interested in purchasing the game from the storefront can do so here. Workout before? Okay, so here's the deal, Qatari. Man, I used to be a workoutaholic. Like, that's all I used to do. I'm talking like 2 to 2.5 hours a day in the gym, 6 days a week. Uh, and that's what I used to do. I used to get to the gym at 3 o'clock every morning, uh, and then finish up 2 to 2.5 hours later, get my shower in, get to work, and um, at this point, more reasons to start an OF. Yeah, 1,000 pound club? No, no. I'm actually. What's funny is I always had a hard time um, gaining weight, man, gaining mass. I had a really hard time. I've always had a real high metabolism, and I mean, I was putting away like 4,000 calories a day, man, and wasn't gaining hardly any weight. I was shredded. I was shredded, but it was just putting on muscle mass was really really hard for me. Funny enough, now I've gained a little bit, and I need to turn it into muscle now. But I burnt myself out years ago, man, and I just need to find some things that are more exciting, and I don't know. Um, Getting up and like waking up and going right into working out like I used to just does not appeal to me right now. It just doesn't. But that's the way I used to always be. With Fall Guys going free to play next month and releasing on new platforms, it will be interesting to see how it impacts the game's popularity. Bench 405, squat 465, deadlift 540. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah. I don't even remember exactly what I was pushing, at my peak back then. So I couldn't tell you necessarily if I was in the 1,000 pound club or not. But good on you, man. Good on you. Our buddy Metal here has been getting big into working out again. I'm not looking to get like into fitness. Like, I mean, dude, I was clean eating. I was pounding food. Worked out all the time. I burnt myself out on it, man. I burnt myself out on it. All I'm looking to do is get into a little bit better shape than I used to, than I am in now. That's really it. I need to stay in shape. I need to get back into a little bit better shape than I am now. Yeah. Uh, when Fall Guys first released in summer of 2020, the game quickly saw massive interest, but the hype has significantly quieted. Fall Guys continues to maintain a passionate audience, but these changes could result in a lot of newcomers checking out the game. Hopefully, all these changes will make for a bigger audience and greater longevity. I can't talk this morning, sorry. Uh, Fall Guys is currently available for PS4, 5, and PC, with Switch and Xbox versions releasing June 21st. I know, so at least we've seen that. This is not obviously the first time this has happened. A lot of people hate on the Epic Store. I get it, man. Having your games in multiple places is not necessarily fun, but you get free games on Epic all the time. And it's hard to argue with free games, man. It really is. I understand that it's not fun. having two or more platforms to go get your digital games and play your game libraries to manage. I keep saying we need some kind of like um, software to be built that will pull in libraries from all of our sources, whether it be PlayStation Online, Xbox is online, the Switch is stuff, or all of these online platforms, GOG, Epic, Steam, all that. Pull all that in together. Have all of our where you can log in all your accounts. You can pull in all your library to one place. It'll if you want to start that game, it'll actually run you through the other program where that game lies. Same thing with the stores. You know what I mean? You basically just type in like what you're looking for, or go to the sell, and it'll pull up all the best sales on games across all those platforms or stores or whatever. That's what we need. We need some kind of comprehensive software to be built that like pulls in all of our library together and everything. Because it's getting rough, dude. We have games all over the place, but I have a pretty extensive Epic library at this point. Almost all of it's free. A blockchain system? Perfect, Katari. Perfect. Um, I have a pretty extensive Epic library at this point, and it's almost totally free games. And there are some pretty good ones in there, too. So, I mean, I know that there's a lot of hate out there for it, but it's hard to argue with free games, man. Konami's Silent Hill plans could include a remake, full sequel, and episodic stories. Bloober Team is one developer understood to be working on a revival, of the horror franchise. Multiple Silent Hill projects are currently in development at studios around the world, sources have told VGC, and could include a remake, full sequel, and story-focused episodic series. Yeah, probably. I agree, gamer. The reason PlayStation doesn't want to do it is because they want people buying into their subscription service to play those old games. Again, I've said this before though, it feels bad for all of us that actually own the physical copies of those games. I don't want to have to pull out every single old console I have to play those old games. And I feel like it's a disservice to people that have, purchased their products in the past, for their older consoles. It feels bad to me. Last week, a collection of leaked concept images appeared to confirm that a new Silent Hill is or was in development. This followed a VGC story from last February in which we reported that Konami was planning to revive the long dormant horror game series. Now, details are emerging on what some of those projects could look like, as first mentioned by influencer Nate the Hate and journalist Jeff Grubb. One of the in-development titles could be a remake of fan-favorite 2001 installment Silent Hill 2. Exactly. Katari, I hit on that all the time, buddy. I know. It feels terrible. It feels terrible. One of the big ones that I've been talking about a lot here lately, Square Enix. They hold the IP of some of my favorite games of all time, and they've turned into you know what? I was waiting for it to come to PC. I haven't even played it. I haven't even played it. I'm just so fed up with Square Enix that like I find it hard to support them at all. Played the first part. I was waiting for it to come out on PC, and then they made the PC port, and I was like, okay, they're gonna release it on PC. I'll play it on PC, and the PC port apparently was terrible, and all they did was kind of wait on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm really fed up with them. I really am. And I mean, there's if you guys are not aware, right now Square Enix just agreed to sell off all of its North American development companies, selling them all to Embracer Group. Along with that was Thief, Tomb Raider, and Deus Ex IPs. So they are selling all of those IPs off and their North American dev companies to Embracer Group. The other thing going around the rumor mill is that Square Enix is potentially getting bought out by Sony. We'll see if it actually happens, but I am tired of Square Enix. I hate the fact that they have the Final Fantasy franchise. I really do. But that we see this happen all the time with these big devs, right? They get huge. They we loved them whenever they were closer to their infancy and creating amazing games and having an actual dedicated view at creating good content for us as gamers, and a focus on us as a community of gamers, right? Well, yeah, I mean, that's not as new of an acquisition as what Microsoft is doing right now with Blizzard Activision, but yeah, yeah, I mean, um, we're seeing. I mean, we talk about it. We see it all the time in the news when we, we. This is what the industry has become, right? These devs get big, they quit being the devs that we love, and then they just get acquired by somebody, because it's like, all that matters is money. They get so big, they get to a certain point, most of them, where all they care about is money, right? I will say that I've seen some pretty decent quotes and stuff from Xbox, from Microsoft's gaming division, right? That makes me feel like they haven't totally lost sight of creating good content for us as lovers of games. Are they ultimately focused on making money? Yes, they are. They are. But I will say, out of all the big ones, I think I've been most impressed with some of the stuff I've seen from Microsoft's gaming division over, as of recent. Dude, Qatari, we talk about that all the time too. Yeah, yeah. EA can get wrecked. Uh, the stuff that we've heard around the rumor mill, as far as the next acquisitions go, was basically it's either going to be Ubisoft, could be potentially EA, but there hasn't been anything substantial on that front, and Square Enix. Yep. Companies need to find a way to make more money, right? Yep. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I was getting at. I mean, Microsoft definitely has a. I mean, ultimately, they're about money, right? Look, I get it. This industry, it's businesses. Business is about making money, but there's no lack of that in the gaming industry. The gaming industry is booming, man. Even though they saw a bit of a decline from April of last year to April of this year, they're still making a ton of money, man. And that's why we love our indie devs so much, right? Indie devs, they make great games. They have a focus. They make great games because they're gamers too, man. They haven't gotten to the point where they're so big that they lose that focus. And it always feels terrible to see the devs that we once loved turn into just a corporate juggernaut that's just got dollar signs in their eyes. It feels bad, but I quit playing EA games for the most part a long time ago, Qatari. They ruined the NHL games. I used to play the NHL games back in the early 20 teens, and I was like for 3 or 4 years in a row pre-ordering those games, and then they just started tearing them up, man. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not buying these anymore. Um, The Medium studio has been linked to the Silent Hill franchise constantly over the past 18 months. Last year, the Polish developer announced a strategic cooperation agreement with Konami, months after Bloober's CEO claimed it was working on an existing horror IP from a very famous gaming publisher. Silent Hill's composer Akira Yamaoka even worked on Bloober's 2021 title, The Medium, and teased his next game project by stating that it was the one you've been hoping to hear about. Bloober team did not immediately respond to a request for comment. As VGC and insiders have reported previously, we understand Konami has been actively talking to several developers about reviving the Silent Hill IP across multiple games. One of those projects is intended to be a smaller episodic series of short stories, we were told. Sources have previously indicated that Until Dawn Studio Supermassive had once been involved in talks for such a project, which eventually evolved into its Dark Pictures games. One new name two people independently gave VGC was Annapurna Interactive, the acclaimed publisher behind such games as Sayonara Wild Hearts, Outer Wilds, and Telling Lies, which they said could be involved in the story's project. However, they said many studios had been involved in pitches for Silent Hill, and it's possible Annapurna was simply involved in one of those discussions rather than a project that was eventually greenlit. VGC has contacted Annapurna for comment on this story. Finally, VGC has been told that Konami is planning to release a new mainline entry in the Silent Hill series. It's not clear who is leading the game, but VGC reported last year that a Japanese studio was working on a Silent Hill project. The images leaked last week are understood to be related to a PT-style teaser game codenamed Sakura, which is intended to be released as a free digital title to build anticipation for the larger projects. VGC first reported on Konami's plans to ramp up its premium game development last year with new installments and remakes for its biggest franchises, including Metal Gear and Castlevania. Let's go, baby. It's possible Konami could showcase some of the games during major shows this year. We understand the company had planned to announce projects last year before it pulled out of E3 21 due to what it called timing issues. At the time, Konami confirmed it had a number of key projects in the works. Don't forget, E3 is canceled this year. What would you guys say? Let me see what you guys have up here. Just did the math for PS and Xbox. I pay $80 a year for PS with a little over $6 a month. Xbox I pay $17.99, which is around $215 a year. Now, PlayStation hasn't changed over. Have they already changed over to their new subscription service? Gamer, can you confirm that? I know it was supposed to be very soon if it hasn't already happened. We've got some stuff pulled up today about it actually. I think in June. Okay, thanks Katari. That's what I thought. I thought it was coming pretty quick. I didn't think it had already happened. Is that going to change anything for you? Because they have different subscription services now, right? And Gamer, is that going to be changing anything for you specifically? Either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain? Katari, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, there's three tiers. Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't remember the pricing on them. We'll probably see it in this article right here, so we'll take a look. They're releasing some of they're showing what games are going to release. Tinwin, there's an interesting ecology in the game industry. Indies exploring new concepts, ideas, and storylines. When an indie explodes into something big, the AAA vultures come down and reuse said concept in a bigger game, hopefully in a good way, to potentially use the concept to its greatest potential. Yeah. I mean, we've seen that kind of just the reuse is very common, right? A game does something good. A dev does something good in a game. They create something very popular. It gets copied, right? Greatest form of flattery, right? Hey, thanks, Katari. I appreciate it. You know what? You know what? How this started actually was I was finding that like first thing in the morning when I would wake up, I wasn't necessarily always ready to jump right into gaming, but I'm very passionate about the industry, and because it's important to us, right? Oh no, I knew what you meant, Katari. I knew what you meant. No worries, no worries. Yeah. Um, but it's like I get up, I get ready, and I dive right into my stream, right? And I would quite often find that I wasn't quite ready. I didn't have enough of the Java, yeah, to jump right into the gaming stuff. And so this is important to me, and I think it's important to a lot of people that are part of the community, right? We we love video games. And I think staying current on a lot of what's happening within the industry and stuff, I think is important for a lot of us. So it just kind of developed into something for me to do to get kind of started with the stream. And I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Not sure if I'll get the premium tier or not. I have to see what it all comes with. Yeah, we'll probably hit on it a little bit more in just a moment in this one of these articles coming up, Gamer. But Katari, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I love doing it. I love hitting these articles and talking with you guys about your thoughts and ideas on what we're coming across and everything. So I appreciate the input. Thank you. So this is Meta 1 GameFi is an untapped jewel in the making. I'm not even sure what this is. Let's see what this is. CEO Martin Hoon, CEO of Meta 1, shares his thoughts on how gaming industry has always been evergreen, as gamers will always play games regardless of the global economic situation. In fact, more will find solace through the world of game. Well, because gaming for most of us is an escape, right? That's why we do it. We love video games. They immerse us in a world that isn't our actual lives, right? They get us into an experience. It's entertainment. It's fun. It gets us away from the stressors and anxieties of what we often have to deal with in real life. So obviously, people are going to keep gaming if we're dealing with poor economic situations and stuff, because that's what we do. It's our escape, right? More will find solace through the world of gaming. The hottest topic in town would be the evolution of GameFi, the fusion of worlds, game and finance, which stands for monetization of the gaming experience. Making money playing online games. This is pay to earn, is what this is. Has been around for some time, but with the emergence of GameFi since the 2020s, people are actually making a living by playing these games. Here's the thing I want to touch on real quick. There's a difference between a game incorporating like pay to earn in a very good way that doesn't make you feel like you need to constantly be there doing that. That turns into a job. Even as much fun as we have playing games, if that's the way you make gamers feel, that's turning the game into a job for people. As opposed to having a fun experience that doesn't make people feel like they always need to be in there doing, right? And still allowing them to earn. That is the core of a video game that is incorporating some play to earn within it. There's a big difference. I'll be upgrading if and only if they have the older PS1 games like FF7, Sword of Mana, Xenogears, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Legia. Yeah. Yep. I think that comes with the highest tier, I think. We'll check into it here in a second. Timwin, have you already started playing V Rising? Is it available now? If you're hanging out still, buddy. Not sure. Oh, okay. Despite all the hype, there's still a huge potential for community growth, as making the switch from traditional gaming to GameFi requires effort, knowledge building, or in certain cases, cash. Not out yet? Okay. Thanks, buddy. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of us have the same opinions on pay to play, pay to win, or pay to earn, play to earn, play to earn, pay to win, those kinds of concepts, right? Oh, they posted on Discord. They will delay it by a few hours. Oh, suck. Oh, wait, that's what Tim was already saying, though, right? Or was that a new post? Are they delaying it even further? Yeah. Yeah, okay, Tinwin, thanks. Katari, yeah, I mean, we play it and each game kind of incorporates these things in a different way, right? And there's some of it which I can find acceptable, and there's a much of it that I find unacceptable, right? No, Metal, you're good, buddy. You're good. No worries. That's what they said to it, delaying by a few hours to get the bats out of the crypt. That's funny, dude. So I'll give you an example, right? I mean, we play a free-to-play game right now on the weekend. That's our weekend content in Lost Ark, right? It's a free-to-play game. They have a cash shop. A lot of it is like buying pets and skins and things like that. But Stardew, in the meantime, let's go, dude. Right on. I need to get into some Stardew. But there, and here's the thing: for like a free-to-play game to have a shop like that, Grinding Gears Games has done it a fantastic job with Path of Exile, right? It's been a free-to-play game forever, and all they didn't have pay to win in the game. They had to pay for like quality of life things, like more stash tabs. But most of it was just skins and things like that, pets and what have you. Things you could buy for your hideout to build your hideout up with and everything. So I can accept a little bit of a cash shop thing on like some free to play games as long as it's done in a very good way. And I'm not about pay to win. There's a little bit of pay to win in Lost Ark. Lost Ark is the gold selling bots. Yes, it is. It is an absolute issue. And they keep saying that they're working on it, and I keep seeing bots everywhere. That's one of those things, though. MMOs traditionally have had to deal with a lot of that stuff, right? And especially the more popular MMOs. And as long as they are at least showing a commitment to trying to get rid of the bots, that's what I need, right? Not every game's for everybody, Metal. I mean, we talk about that all the time, so it's all right, dude. Have one of the Founders Editions for Lost Ark? Right on, Qatari. They are everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah. What server do you play on, man? Um, I'm actually excited for the upcoming content. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna start my first alt, do a destroyer. Um, Created by gamers, Meta One Project is committed to reach out to his untapped community to shed the path towards GameFi by neutralizing the transition barriers with their single interface platform. Again, there to me, there's some acceptable ways, especially in free-to-play games, for them to make some money. If they're making a very well-developed game that is free-to-play, I'm not about pay to win at all. But having a cash shop to generate currency on a very well developed game that they're making free to play, I think is okay. Just keep the pay to win out of it. Oh, you haven't touched it since March? Yeah, yeah. Um, we continue to play it as weekend content. I'm still having fun with it. I'm still having fun with it. If you're interested I don't know if you've got, if you want to come be a part of our guild and play with us and stuff, you're more than welcome, buddy. North America East Vicus server. Yeah, I mean, totally getting rid of bots. That's what I was kind of getting at. Is like it's a constant battle, right? They'll find ways to eliminate bots, keep them from getting in, and then the people running the bots will find new ways. It's a constant back and forth battle, right? I mean, that's what it is. Oh, you spent a month in the Appalachians? Haven't touched it since back. Right on, Qatari. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're ever feeling like diving back in, you want to come be a part of what we do. We've got a little guild set up. We have some community members that play, and it's nothing like, we're not like super serious about it, but it's fun to keep up with and just have as weekend content and stuff. And you know, just let us know. Forgetting to get on Lost Ark Metal. Yeah. But yeah, getting rid of have to formally apply. Don't listen to Wick, Qatari. Don't listen to Wick. Wick, what's up, buddy? The Meta One platform highlights effortless onboarding with its one-stop guild management system that facilitates signups from all gamers and followers. Their integration with GameFi partners makes big data analysis possible with in-game insights that empower decision makers to execute secure cross-chain NFT activities via their smart contract protocol. The ecosystem within is looking forward to bringing tremendous benefit to all stakeholders while contributing to the GameFi space expansion. The market now is very turbulent, but also gave us an opportunity to prove some key points. Meta One's key strategy has always been to convert this massive group of gamers to enter into GameFi through a credible platform that provides science and data clearly to them for making right choices. This will have material impacts to GameFi studios and ultimately the blockchain community, said Martin, CEO of Meta One. We are so excited about communicating this vision to all geographical regions and realizing it into real executable plans where guilds, gamers, GameFi studios, and users can see and feel the tangibles. Fundamentally, Meta One does not compete with guilds, games, and online ecosystems, but rather in a comprehensive enabler and force multiplier for the GameFi space, integrating analytics, guild management, NFT asset management, and game NFT activities that can be harnessed to empower these spaces, plus changing how the industry operates. Yeah, we'll see about that. Again, everything I've come across so far with any dev trying to incorporate NFTs has been very scummy, very schemazed. So I don't think it's impossible for NFTs to be incorporated in a way that is mutually beneficial to both the dev and the gamer, but I haven't seen it being incorporated that way yet. Playing loads of Dislight, yeah, cool. At least 100 Makokos to even consider it after playing the. All right, Peaky, yeah. How about F1? I mean, for any racing fans, the F122 video game tries to encompass the championship's lifestyle. We've been playing the preview, work in progress version of F122. There's a lot to dive into, chiefly the new tire model, handling formation laps and online features. With Formula One season now in full swing, it's around this time of the year that the latest associated video game reveal becomes a highly anticipated inevitability. 2022 is no exception. Having been hands-on, here we go, EA, man. With the work in progress PC build version of the now entitled EA Sports F122, we can safely say this. It's another Formula One game that is fun to drive, rewarding, and perhaps at this stage a little all too familiar. To be clear, we were able to drive all current 2022 cars within Grand Prix and time trial modes. The tracks on offer included the all-new Miami International Autodrome, plus Imola, Silverstone, Circuit of the Americas, and the Red Bull Ring. Here are the most significant changes to the F1 gaming series this year and an update on their development progress so far. Sprints were a glaring omission from the F121 game last season, not appearing even as a post-release update. That's changed. They arrive as part of 3 new weekend structure options: standard, authentic, and sprint and race. Selecting the first simply means a straightforward 3 days of practice, qualifying, and race. Authentic adds the sprint format to the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, Austrian Grand Prix, and Brazilian Grand Prix, as in the existing real-world calendar, and the latter adds the sprints to every race in the season. Gotcha game. I know I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever really seen it. Doesn't seem to be friendly towards casual players. Most gotcha games are not. Stamina system isn't too annoying. Okay. Yeah, most gotcha games, they want you in there playing all the time. Most of them. Not all. Most of them, though. They want you grinding, man. Uh, and doing those pulls. What? What, Metal? Why you whoopsing? Oh, what did you mean then? Uh, since Adam Rice, I think, or Reese D voiced your race engineer first in F1 2010 and then as the perfunctionary Jeff in F1 2015 onwards, we've all been screaming at him to leave us alone because we know what to do. With F1 22, the original voice artist has been replaced by Mark Elvis Presley, an ex Formula One mechanic who worked with McLaren from '99 to 2009 and wrote The Mechanic. The delivered lines are similar to the previous years, but we noticed several new quips, and the new tones are refreshing after so many years. Change the punditry. Speaking of voice talent, a very small but welcome update is the ability to change between your preferred commentators. English language players can swap between Sky's David Croft and Channel 4's Alex Jacques to suit your personal preference, but still sitting alongside Anthony Davidson. Natalie Pinkham will also be part of the roster. Choosing French, however, we'll see Jacques. Is that just Jacques? Jacques? I don't know, man. I'm not good at French. I'll butcher the last name too. And Jean-Eric Vernier. Is that right? As your pundits with Sasha Roos for those in Germany. Doesn't seem to be like Psych. I know, John. I knew you would come up with something. I'm so bad. I'm sorry, dude. Doesn't seem to be like Genshin, for example. No E. Jacques. Jacques. I can't not put an E in there, dude. Oh, dude. In the way that if you don't use your stamina efficiently, you will barely do it. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Psych, you know I suck at other language names and stuff. I can barely speak English, dude. I can barely speak English, dude. My native tongue. Uh, it's in virtual reality for the first time. I'm sorry about butchering the names. I'm not gonna get into trying to pronounce them correctly right now. It'd take the rest of the stream. If you're in the fortunate position of owning both powerful gaming PC and a VR headset, this will be the very first official F1 game to feature the technology. Okay, all right. I, I, I know I ping you out, dude. And I'm sorry. I know that it destroys you. Jacques, Jacques, Jacques. I don't know, dude. Uh, if you're the sort of masochist that would like to take part in a full-length online race, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Around a wet Monaco in VR, you can. Likewise, my team and driver career modes. In practice, much better. Okay, close enough, I guess. Thanks, buddy. In practice, using the cockpit camera exclusively, it adds a level of immersion that has been lacking to date. Paired with a sim racing cockpit and the Fanatec Gran Turismo DD Pro wheelbase, just driving laps on your own is the most intense an F1 game has been ever. Okay. But of course, such a setup remains for the privileged few, yes. And it's a discussion, as I've said over the years with VR, there's nothing ever off the table, explained senior creative director Lee Mather when quizzed about the potential for PlayStation VR 2 support later in the year. New tire model alters handling characteristics. Perhaps the most notable change in an F1 game for some time. There's said to be a new tire model. Combined with the altered aerodynamic properties of the latest rule set, both impact the way the game telegraphs your driving inputs. The sensation is of corner entry understeer, like all recent siblings, but upon corner exit, you must now pay closer attention to your throttle inputs. Turn 3 at Miami, for example, is without a throttle lift, but the first few times you try without the perfect line, you can end up spinning under power, even with some traction control providing a helping hand. Oh, use new tires. Yeah, Timwin. From the mid-corner point onwards, oversteer is more prevalent, but not in an unruly sense, far from a night and day difference, but it requires acclimatization when compared to contemporaries. Line your car up at start and time pit stops. Should you partake in the optional formation lap, not only must you work hard to increase your brake and tire temperatures, but line up in your starting box correctly. Failure to do so, and the game will force you to start behind the line, out of position, losing you precious centimeters. Through this new immersive formation option, you can also slightly angle your car to the left or right, a genuinely authentic feature. Less real, however, is an option pit lane feature. As you approach your team, if you hit one button at the right time, your interest will be along the ideal trajectory, and your stop rapid. But this is a far cry from being able to have an influence the steering yourself. Drive supercars now. Formula 3 or W Series are absent once more. When something like Moto GP22 manages to include the top class plus Moto 2 and Moto 3, plus historical content, but you can now drive a McLaren road car. Yay. Truth, it seems like a frippery, but it does tie in with the Pirelli hot laps or media tours that happen during race weekends. Told that these will be integrated into the main career modes in a similar fashion. They will also form part of F1 Live, a new addition that will allow players to customize their character in branded apparel, showcase a shiny road car, and ogle their trophies. Multiplayer improvements coming post-launch. One of the confusing elements of the reveal communications was a lack of cross-platform multiplayer, despite publisher EA recently releasing the racing game Grid Legends with such a feature. Thankfully, this has been confirmed for F122 via post-release update. It will mean that those on PlayStation can race with people on PC and Xbox Online. Still an F1 game, obviously. All right, so there you go. If you're interested, there's all the new stuff coming to F122. It's an EA game. I gonna be honest, I wouldn't expect too much from it, but you know. So, video gaming giant signs 44,000 square foot pre-let at former House of Fraser building. Um, Video game developer Sumo Group has pre-let 44,000 square foot in Valio Capital's conversion at the former House of Fraser. Dude, get off there. Department store in Leamington Spa. The scheme, renamed as Bedford Street Studios, will deliver around 65,000 square foot of grade A office and creative studio space once completed. Knight Frank and Sevilles are acting on behalf of Valio Capital, who have been working to transform the former department store into a destination for office occupiers, specializing in sectors such as gaming, technology, and media. Okay. So it's just them about changing this into potential gaming studio space, really. We'll move on. The revamped PS Plus lineup. Here you go, guys. Here you go. Okay. We've been talking about this already today. Let's get we'll get some clarity about the new games coming and maybe a bit of a reminder about how these tiers are going to work, okay? The revamped PS Plus lineup is stacked once you make sense of it. Here are all the PS4 and PS5 games coming to Sony's subscription service. Okay, yeah, we are going to get the tier stuff too. With the big PS Plus relaunch on the horizon, get your Zero Dawn jokes out of here. We finally have an idea of what exactly to expect. Today, in a blog post, Sony outlined everything: games, streaming offerings, a partnership with Ubisoft coming to the service. It's a lot. Let's break it down. If you're introduced in the blog post, I'll throw it in chat real quick. That's the blog post. I'm not going to read into that. We're just going to stick with this article. PS Plus 2.0, first officially announced in March, is a total revamp of the long-running PS Plus service, essentially folding all of PlayStation's disparate subscriptions into one. It's available in 3 tiers, but the general breakdown is this. PS Plus Essential, more or less the standard PS Plus subscription people sign up for today, $10 a month, $60 a year, all right? PS Plus Extra, this will be their middle tier, right? Same as PS Plus Essential, but it also grants access to a games on demand library comprising hundreds of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, $15 a month or $100 a year. PS Plus Premium, on top of the games library included in PS Plus Extra, you can also stream and download PlayStation games dating back to the PS1 era, kind of like the current PS Now service, and you get time-limited trials of new first-party PlayStation games. This is $18 a month or $120 a year, okay? So that's basically like TLDR, what you're going to get out of these subscription tiers for. And what were you saying you paid, Gamer? For Xbox, you're paying $17.99 a month, which is around $215 a year. Yeah? And I'm guessing their subscription service is more along the lines of this. Probably. I don't have Xbox Live. I don't have their subscription service, so I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, Katari. Right on. Yeah. What games are part of the library? Though the option to play PS5 exclusives at no extra cost was an enticing selling point of PS Plus 2.0, the initial lineup leaves a bit to be desired. Just 3 PS5 exclusives are available at launch: Returnal, Destruction All-Stars, and Demon's Souls Remake. I need to pull out... I have original Demon's Souls. I need to pull that out and play it at some point. I've got to collect the original collector's edition of Demon's Souls when it released. Pour one out for Rivet. The library is at least built out by an impressive array of cross-gen games available on both PS4 and PS5. Highlights include Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding Control Ultimate Edition, and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. About 30 games from Ubisoft's Games on Demand service, Ubisoft Plus, will also be available to subscribers of PS Plus Extra and Premium. The only relatively recent inclusion is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which seemingly everyone under the sun has already played by now. Yeah, I've heard great. I would love to play Ghost of Tsushima. I've heard great things about that game. I'm pretty sure Gamer Extreme just finished playing Ghost of Tsushima, right? Also got a deal for Plus and only paid $50. Oh, okay. Got you, Gamer. Right on. Thanks. The rest are for series that have had a new entry or two more recently: Watch Dogs, Steep, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, or are smaller titles like the excellent Child of Light. Rounding out the list is a number of major PS4 games, basically a reiteration of the current PS Plus collection, available to current subscribers, beefed up by a handful of third-party kits. Highlights include Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Outer Wilds City Skylines, Celeste, The Last of Us Remastered, and Marvel Spider-Man. Why isn't the PS5 version of Marvel Spider-Man included? They don't know. Classic games. Here you go. Classic games. By the way, we are 1 week away from doing our anniversary stream here in the channel. 1 year anniversary stream. Probably just going to try to do like a streamathon, see how long I can go. We'll play some community games, go over some clips of the past year. We'll do our news segment as always. But yeah, more news to come. Players who sign up for the priciest tier also get downloadable access to a number of classic games from it's odd what Sony considers classic. Some totally make sense. Ape Escape, Jumping Flash, Dark Cloud. Others like the Bioshock remaster and Kingdoms of Amalur. Really? Re-Reckoning? Less sense? Yeah, agreed. More up in the air is the matter of digital ownership. When Sony initially announced PS Plus 2.0, some players were rightfully concerned that they may have to spend money to play games they already purchased on older machines. Yep. Bring out the party hats? All right. Yeah. Yeah, I might be doing it. Like, I'll probably try to do a 24-hour Qatari. Yeah, I'll probably try to do like a 24-hour. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I'm gonna eat a. I think we talked about this recently. I was asking the community if anybody's ever eaten a raw ear of corn, like just shucked an ear of corn and eaten it, because I grew up like working for farmers, and we would do that sometimes if we were hungry. Just shuck an ear of corn and just eat it raw. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you?" So I'm probably just gonna do it here on stream. I'll just shuck an ear of corn right here on the anniversary stream if I can get my hands on one, and I'll just eat it raw. Gross everybody out, I guess. Don't knock it till you tried it, man, but it's not bad. When Sony initially announced PS Plus 2.0, some players were rightfully concerned that they may have to spend money to play games they've already purchased on older machines. If you've purchased digital versions of classics from the PS1 and PSP era, you needn't subscribe to PS Plus to play them, Sony says. You can just pop onto the PlayStation. No, not unless it's been dried out. It's actually good. I like it, dude. I like it. I was just saying not bad to try to convince some of you to give it a shot instead of just knocking it. You just knock it. Yeah, I mean, the corn, like you get it out of the field. It's not hard. It's not like corn kernels that you pop. Corn on the cob, shucked straight. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's soft. There are worse things to eat for sure. But everybody was like, "Oh, gross! I can't. Why would you do that?" And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm probably just going to do it on the anniversary stream, just because everybody reacted that way." You can just pop onto the PlayStation Store and re-download as they become available. But on the other hand, some of the titles will also be available for individual purchase. Excuse me. Pineapple pizza. Let's go, baby. I'm down. I'll order one of those too. Let's do that. It's unclear what games those are just yet, or if the process will roll out as smoothly as Sony says it will. What games can I stream? If you're signed up for PS Plus Premium, you can stream a bunch of PS3 games, including Infamous, Devil May Cry HD Collection, 3 Ratchet and Clank games, and Demon's Souls, the original, not the remake. Nice. A lot of the more action-focused games require split-second button inputs. It'll be interesting to see if and how latency hampers those games. Sony requires an internet connection speed of at least 5 Mbps, that's megabits per second. As a point of comparison for its cloud gaming, Microsoft does not require a minimum but recommends 20 megabits. If this is actually bytes, this should be capital MB. So they might have this screwed up on the site here on consoles. A lowercase b usually refers to bits, not bytes. What game demos are available? That highest tier also allows you to demo, get this, a grand total of 6 games for 2 hours apiece. Sony says the countdown only ticks down when you're in the game, But it's unclear if that includes time spent paused or in menus or what. Okay. At launch, Farming Simulator 22, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Horizon Forbidden West, and WWE 2K22, which is always a hot mess apparently, are available on both PS4 and PS5. On PS5, you can get demos of Uncharted, Legacy of Thieves, which essentially offers spruced up versions of games already included in full as part of the games on demand library, and Cyberpunk 2077. Wonder why the PS4 version of that one isn't included. When does this all go into effect? Sony is rolling out the PS Plus 2.0 piecemeal in various regions. Asia, May 24th. So a week. Japan on June 2nd. North and South America on June 13th. And Europe, Australia, and New Zealand on June 24th. Here's the full list of games. Yo, I'm not going to go through all these, but I will. I'll put this. Right, Katari. That's why I was like making that point. Yeah. There's a big difference in bits and bytes. And I'm not sure if they just messed up here. No. Isn't it the other way around? No, bits is much less than bytes. A bit is literally just a 0 or a 1. And a byte is a segment made up of 8 zeros and 1s. Binary. Right. Megabit versus megabyte. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I think they probably meant megabytes. I don't know. Usually when you talk about, connection speeds, you're talking about bytes, not bits. And right here, the way they have this set up is for referring to bits. I could be wrong, but usually internet connection speeds are referred to in bytes, not bits. At least modern day they are. Used to, it would have been different, right? But I don't know. Just throwing that out there. The more you know. Ubisoft coming to PlayStation. We already kind of hit on this, so I'm probably not going to dive into this. We're going a bit long in the news segment already anyways. Ubisoft Plus Classics catalog for the PlayStation Plus will launch with 27 titles and will grow to 50 by the end of 2022. Check out the full list of day one games below. Okay? I'll read through these real quick. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, For Honor, The Crew 2, Child of Light, Eagle Flight, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Far Cry 3 Remaster, Far Cry 4, Legendary Fishing, Risk, Urban Assault, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, and South Park, The Stick of Truth, Space Junkies, Star Trek Bridge Crew, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Steep, The Crew, The Division, Trackmania Turbo, Transference, Trials Fusion, Trials of the Blood Dragon game, Trials Rising, Valiant Hearts The Great War, Watch Dogs, Werewolves Within, and Zombie. So there you go. Xbox patent sounds cool for people buying games on disc. Anyone buying a digital only Xbox, but with a library of disc-based games might be in luck. I think I already know what they're going to talk about here. So I think we already hit on this a little bit in a previous news segment. They're going to allow you to get digital versions of the games you already own by hooking up like an external reader. Okay, Pinky. Microsoft have applied for a patent that, while not a perfect solution for every gripe you may have with modern consoles and digital ownership, may nevertheless be a great step forward for anyone who has a catalog of games they own on disc but have bought or are thinking of buying a digital-only console. The patent, first spotted by Gamerant, is called Software Ownership Validation of Optical Discs Using Secondary Device. While it goes into a lot of detail about why it's being applied for and how it works, it basically boils down to users being able to insert a disc into a console that has both a disk drive and an internet connection. Using that internet connection to validate the user's ownership of the disc, then allowing the same user to download the digital version of the same game on a second digital-only console for free. That's actually really cool. Here's Microsoft's pitch for the application, which recognizes the feel of handling the physical video game media and or the nostalgia associated with the physical video game media. Uh, okay. In recent years, a trend towards producing and consuming digital video game content has developed. As a result of this trend, many people now prefer digital video game content over physical video game media. Accordingly, many next-gen video game devices being developed are configured without hardware components for playing physical video game media. Consequently, when an owner of previous generation video game device purchases a next generation video game device, the owner is unable to play their physical video game media on the next generation video game device. Instead, the owner must repurchase the digital version of the video game content for the next generation video game device. This scenario is undesirable for many reasons. Again, here is where I've actually been impressed with what Microsoft's game division has been doing for us, right? It's just another a show of that. As opposed to Sony, who obviously has the capability to make their device backwards compatible and just won't. Aside from PS3. PS3 is a tougher thing they need to work on. First, video game content, physical and digital, represents a significant financial investment to some people. Although the digital version of the video game content for the next-gen video game device may provide additional content and or significant technological improvements, it may be difficult for some people to justify repurchasing a video game they already own and have already played or completed. Second, many owners of physical video game media have emotional attachments to their physical video game media. These owners simply appreciate the feel of handling the physical video game media and or the nostalgia associated with the physical video game media. Moreover, many of these owners view their libraries of physical video game media and paraphernalia as valuable collections, similarly to rare coin collections, baseball cards, etc. It would work like this. To address such challenges with playing previous gen physical video game media or on next gen digital video game devices, the present disclosure describes systems and methods for providing software ownership validation of optical discs using secondary devices. In aspects, a local network may comprise at least at a first and second device. For instance, the first and second device may be connected to a local area network that is accessible by one or more users. Alternatively, the first and second device may not be connected to the same local network. For instance, the first device may be connected to a first local network. Second device may be connected to a second local network. The first and second device may communicate using the internet or a distributed network system. The first and second device may be accessible via a common user account, separate user accounts, or a common user or separate user accounts of separate users. Physical media, such as an optical disc, may be inserted into the optical disc drive of the second device. The second device may be authorized to access electronic content, such as video game content, on the physical media. The second device may also be configured with a selectable setting or option that enables the second device to validate user ownership of the electronic content on the physical media. For example, when the setting or option is enabled, the second device may be able to verify to a separate device, such as the first device, that a specific user or user account possesses ownership of the electronic content on the physical media. The application was made in November 2020, which, hey, would you look at that, was the exact same month the Xbox Series S, a digital-only Xbox console, was released. That's cool, man. That's cool. That's very neat. Good on Microsoft, man. Okay, I'm gonna skim this real quick. Thermaltake's new gaming chair is giving us peak Porsche marketing. What? Can we just take a moment to ask if Thermaltake is all right? The company's recent press images have taken an artsy turn. In particular, the brooding, slightly ominous header image above makes us genuinely concerned that something's wrong. Yeah, what's going on? That is weird. The images turned out to be the part of Thermaltake's press efforts to get us to notice the Argent E700 real leather gaming chair. Thermaltake's recent collab with Studio FA Porsche, a project through which the company is bearing witness to a new dawn. Thermaltake has, by way of promoting its new gaming chair, taken to exhibiting the work of artists, musicians, and athletes whose master craftsmanship, cross-disciplinary creation, and stable spiritual power echoes the spirit that Thermaltake wants to convey. What? Okay. All these shots are, of course, an attempt for Thermaltake to show off their new chair, and it's great the company is emphasizing the hard work of creatives and athletes alike in the process. But we had to highlight how sad Mr. Xingzong looks in his pics. We're not sure what Thermaltake said to him, but it can't have been very nice. Maybe he's still feeling the sting of purchasing his new Porsche gaming chair since the price tag is in the region of $1,300 US. Oh my gosh, dude. That's an immense cost, and it'll have to be, shush your mouth, pretty darn comfy to earn a place on our best gaming chairs list for that price. Even the outstanding Herman Miller Logitech Embody is a stretch for most at $1,200. Comes in a lot of colors. It is out of my league here. It is pretty funny. Like what what they did with these pictures. I don't know. I like that it's like promoted as a gaming chair, but literally none of those pictures had anybody doing any kind of like didn't even have a computer in any of those pictures or anything, right? Not that you have to use a gaming chair for just gaming or working at a desk on a computer, but it's being promoted as a gaming chair. Not a single one of those pictures had any kind of like gaming device in it or anything. I don't know. Apex Legends mobile launch date. Here's all you need to know. So today, the Apex Legends mobile launch date is today around the world. EA launching the mobile version of its strategic battle royale shooter Apex Legends for Android and iOS on May 17th around the world. Standalone Apex Legends title on mobile platforms features an optimized UI and custom controls for mobile devices. The game will have mobile-only content and gameplay modes. According to EA, Apex Legends will have new Legends maps, gameplay modes, progression, live events, and more. Both Android and iOS users can pre-register for the Apex Legends mobile game to receive special in-game rewards. Users have to visit EA's website and open the Apex Legends section. Then click on pre-register and updates. You have to fill in your email, birth date, and region, and then click sign up. Required specs: Android devices, Snapdragon 435, Kirin 650, Helio P20, or Exynos 7420. Yeah. Sorry. I know this is one of our longer news segments we've had in a while, so I do apologize. We're almost finished though. Required Android version 6.0. There's all the specs. I don't know if you're interested. I'll throw it in chat. So Apex Legends going mobile, as with so many of the other popular battle royale titles, right? I think like, yeah, I know, gamer. I know, man. Yeah, it's gone long. It's been a good one though. It's been a good one. Most of them are like hour to an hour and a half, but just a lot of news today and good discussion. I think was part of it. We're almost finished though. What is it like? Fortnite, now Apex, Call of Duty, PUBG. I think all of those are mobile now, right? I couldn't imagine playing an FPS on like my phone. I just couldn't do it. But to each their own. 1 hour timer. There's 10 minutes, dude. Shut up. Oh, dude. Oh, Pinky. You troll. IT admin gets 7 years for wiping his company's server to prove a point. Han Bing allegedly felt undervalued for his security warning after his security warnings were ignored and decided to prove his point by trashing 4 financial servers. Dude, an indignant IT admin seemingly aimed to prove the lax security his employer had ignored, proceeded to delete a bunch of vital financial databases and has subsequently been given 7 years in prison as a result. It's what's known in the IT trade as cutting your nose off to spite your face, yeah, or inadvisably hulking out on a server you're known to have access to and have already complained about. Yep. Han Bing, a database administrator for Lingia, a Chinese real estate brokerage previously known as HomeLink, was allegedly one of only 5 people in the security team with access to the company's financial system databases. So when someone logged in with root access to their financial system and deleted the lot, the company already had a handful of suspects. 4 of the 5 handed over their laptops and passwords immediately, while Bing refused to hand over his password, claiming that it held private information. He agreed to access the device for the company's investigators while he was present, and no incriminating evidence on his machine. Company, however, claimed the attack could be done simply by connecting to the server in a way that would leave no residual trace on the client laptop. Subsequent electronic forensic analysis of the company's server logs, alongside the use of the company's CCTV TV footage, was able to link records held on the server with the host name of Bing's MacBook, Yggdrasil, and as well as certain MAC and IP addresses linked on his computer. Yeah, Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, I can't remember how to pronounce it. The Tree of Life, the roots of which can be seen sprawling across the sky in Valheim. Name drop the game we're playing right now. And as part of the big flip-off plant growing away in Elden Ring. Yep. Everything in 2022 always seems to lead back to Elden Ring. This whole case is probably in the game somewhere as lore. With all the evidence in hand, the Forensic Identification Center in Beijing concluded none of the other potential suspects could be linked to the attack on June 4th. And Han Bing was therefore found guilty of damaging computer information and sentenced to 7 years in prison. Bing's colleagues have suggested that the reasoning behind his deletion of company records was down to the fact he discovered the security of the financial system was compromised and his concerns were ignored. That feels bad. That actually feels really bad. To work for a company and be in charge of server database stuff and to go, we have issues, we need to address this, there are vulnerabilities and security issues here, and to just be like, have the company go, cool, whatever. That feels bad. I mean, that wasn't the correct action to take, I don't think, but it feels bad for sure. Here we go. Excitement builds as new RTX 4090 specs emerge. Double the performance of the 3090. It'll only cost what? $2,500, $3,000, something like that. Only yesterday, when a new rumor surfaced suggesting that the launch of NVIDIA's RTX 40 series would take place in early Q3, even though you can't hardly get your hands on. Save some news for tomorrow. We get news every day, dude. I'm almost finished. This is it. We're almost finished. We get good news every day. We got to stay on top of it. Would take place in early Q3. Narrowed down the launch time frame to mid-July, which would put the launch just a matter of weeks from now. The leaker goes further, teasing an updated set of specs for the high-end RTX 4090. Rumored specs, keep that in mind. Over 16,000 shader cores, dramatic increase over the 3090 Ti. Dude, tomorrow's news today, so we go right into Valheim? You guys. That's not unexpected given the much higher transistor density provided by TSMC's N4 process. Expected to include 24 gigs of gigabytes of 21 gigabits per second DDR6 memory, same amount of speed that the 3090 Ti comes with. Most interesting spec is the newly rumored TDP at 450 watts. After all the talk and rumors of 600 watts or more. Very welcome bit of news. Yes. Means the current 3090 Ti designs are likely to closely resemble their RTX 4090 counterparts. Surprised by just how quiet the fans of the Asus 3090 Ti were. And if that TDP does end up carrying over to the 4090, reassured that the 40 cards will be manageable and be able to run at relatively cool temperatures without the need to resort to banshee screaming fans. Yeah. Performance estimate would be about 50% greater than the 3090. There's all the stats. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. See what it brings. Looks like they're launching soon. It's kind of wild with the fact that like chips can't be found anywhere right now. Really, like they can't be produced to meet demand. You know, and how are these going to be for crypto? I mean, nobody's going to be able to get their hands on these when they first come out. That's just the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. Um, Here's the thing. We'll look into V Rising releases today. Our buddy Tinwin is very interested. It looks like it could be pretty cool. We will dive into maybe what V Rising has to offer and initial impressions tomorrow morning. So we will put that off till tomorrow. Tinwin, if you're hanging out and you play this today, come let us know what you think and how it's going for you. And especially tomorrow morning, we'll take a dive in and see what V Rising has to offer us. Okay, I would say if anybody has anything else to offer for news, let me know. But I think everybody's ready to get to gaming at this point. I'm sorry, it's a long segment today, but it was a lot of good news. So and good talk about some of the stuff. So, bit too expensive, is it? I don't even know what it's going for. We'll look at it tomorrow. Look at it tomorrow. Um, Thank you to everybody who is part of the news segment. Everybody that's always part of our community, thank you very much. You're amazing. We'll be moving on to day 4 of Valheim. But if you are catching the news segment as a video on YouTube, do me a favor, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and maybe leave us a comment so we can have a bit of a discussion about some of the topics we went over today in the news segment, okay? Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody for tomorrow's segment of gaming news. All right?